There's been a ton of Beyblade X news, from cool tournament recolors to a remake that nobody expected. The official launch of Beyblade X is still over a month away, but the hype just does not stop. So let's talk about this remake that nobody expected. Takara Tomy is bringing back DRANZER S. This Bey is a part of their new crossover project, and they actually made a whole trailer video going over DRANZER S and this project, and what they're doing is pretty cool. DRANZER S is only the first part of this crossover project, and they're going to be bringing back well-selling and highly popular Beys from previous generations. That doesn't necessarily mean Plastic Gen only, that could be Metal Fight and even Burst. Yes, a Burst remake is already possible for Beyblade X. I don't want to speculate too much, but I would definitely like to see Dragoon, Lightning El Drago, Spriggan Requiem. That'd be cool. Let's talk about the Bey. Let's talk about DRANZER S. There are some things that I like, some things that I don't, or maybe I'm a little worried about. Talking about the things that I like first up is the design. It's not really radically different from the original Plastic Gen version. I really love the box design as well, from the fonts, the colors, the symbols. It reminds me of a Plastic Generation box, and that's something they didn't do for the Burst remakes. And let's talk about those Burst remakes really quick. While it was cool to have them and it was a cool idea, they kind of sucked. I'm not sure if it got better over time, but the original Plastic Gen remakes in Burst, one of which being DRANZER S, were pretty bad. They had really bad teeth, and I don't think they were like competitive for anything at the time. So I'm really hoping that the Beyblade X versions of remakes are better. By the way, if you guys are interested in picking up this DRANZER S remake, I highly recommend you go and check out Mall of Toys. They already have this Beyblade up for pre-order, and I assume it's going to be pretty popular because it's already sold out on Amazon. Mall of Toys also has pre-orders up for all of the upcoming Beyblade X releases, from DRANZER, Hell's Scythe to the entry set. So if you're interested, go and check them out. Link in the description down below, and use code ilinnuc for 5% off of your first purchase. Now that we're done talking about DRANZER, let's move on to some of the really rare Beys that I'm probably never going to be able to get. First up is Cobalt Drake, and we already saw this Bey in like a 3D model or something I talked about a little while ago, but seeing the Bey in person, it looks so much better. You can see how reflective the paint is on the metal, and I know if I get this Bey, I'm just never going to want to battle it. I'm really hyped for it, and I'm going to have to figure out how to get one for myself. Cobalt Drake is one of the rare get Beys as well. You can only get it in like the app if you're super lucky, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to get. But it's not the only one. Yeah, I know. Cobalt Drake is not the only rare get Bey that you can get from the app. There's also a gold recolor of Hell's Scythe. I definitely like Drake more because it's its own completely unique Bey, but this recolor is awesome. I love the gold here, and because it's gold metal and not just gold plastic, it actually looks like gold and not mustard. The chip design being this gray and gold as well just looks super nice. It's not the only gold painted Beyblade though. The next Beys we're going to talk about are the prizes for 1st through 3rd in the G1 tournament, which I believe is like the highest level. And they are a gold, silver, and bronze DRANZER sword. And I like these for the same reason I like Hell's Scythe, where the metal actually looks like metal, not just plastic, and it's really cool to see. I think my favorite one is the 2nd place though. There's something about this all grayed out, all silver DRANZER sword that just kind of looks cool. The prizes for the G2 level tournament are launchers. They're string launchers that range from gold, silver, and bronze, and I like these as well. I kind of wonder when we're going to be getting these launchers, because the only way you could get a string launcher is from the entry set, and that's just really expensive. And finally, for the G3 level prizes, we have just pieces of a gold knight shield. We've already seen this before. It's just the ratchet, the bit, and then the entire blade. So pretty much the only Bey that isn't getting a cool gold recolor is Wizard Arrow. Kind of sucks. Also, those tournament prize DRANZER swords aren't the only limited DRANZER swords we're getting. This one I don't really understand a ton, but we're going to be getting what seems to be location exclusive versions of DRANZER sword. Google Translate is probably butchering this because it talks about it being a hometown tax return gift. what? But they are the DRANZER Katsushika Ward versions, which is seemingly a location. It's kind of where Takara Tomy headquarters is. Let me know what you guys think of these in the comments down below. There might be something I'm just not understanding here, but these look like they could be pretty rare. So while I was editing this video, there was a decent bit more information coming out about Beyblade X, mainly from people that already have them. If you didn't know, the Korokoro Tomashi Festival has been ongoing for a couple of days, and that's where all these pictures of the rare DRANZER, of Cobalt Drake, that's where these pictures come from. But if you got there early enough, they actually did pre-sales for some of the Beyblade X stuff. So there are quite a few people in Japan that have Hell Scythe, DRANZER, as well as the new stadium. Something that's kind of cool about that is we're able to see more comparisons of Beyblade X and some of the previous release stuff. I mean, if you look at this tweet right here, we can see a bit of a size comparison between DRANZER and the Beast Guilty Longinus. And we can see that DRANZER is definitely smaller in diameter than Guilty Longinus, but if we see this, like the height comparison, it's quite a bit taller. And from this tweet, you can see that somebody got DRANZER Hell Scythe, and it's definitely making me a little bit jealous. I wish I was able to go. Here's another size comparison. You can see it's about the same size as Lightning El Drago, quite a bit smaller than Dynamite Belial. I haven't seen this picture before, but somebody already made a dual grip attachment for the new Beyblade X launchers. People are so creative. And the last little bit of news that I want to talk about comes from the Western official Beyblade account. They posted this on Twitter saying, "Bladers, have you heard? Beyblade X is gearing up to let it rip soon around the globe. Brought to you by the creators of Kakaguri and The Promised Neverland comes the next action-packed series of Beyblade. Stay tuned for more to come." This is interesting because all the information we've gotten about Beyblade X has been from Takara Tomy and from the Asian markets. So it's really surprising that we're seeing seemingly an official announcement coming from the Western official Beyblade account. Does this mean that Beyblade X is going to be launching in a couple of months in America? I don't think so. Does it confirm that Hasbro is doing Beyblade as well? It does not. But they do say it's gearing up to let it rip soon around the globe, not just in Japan. So I assume this global launch is happening probably at the end of the year. But that's going to wrap up the news. What do you guys think about this DRANZER Spiral remake or these special limited edition tournament prize bays? And I wonder how expensive they're going to be. I got to find a way to get them. I got to start my Beyblade X collection right. I need them all. But thank you guys for watching. Hit subscribe to see all the best Beyblade X content, and I'll see you in the next one. Have fun and bay away.